Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? All right. We'd like to welcome everyone to this very special TED at Roland-Story High School event. TED is all about sharing ideas, and this evening, the live talks you will hear have been written and planned out by the students presenting them. They are not doing this for any class, and they are not doing this for a grade. They're doing this because they feel passionately about something, and they want to share that with you tonight. Next, we have a talk by Lauren Hansen. Lauren is a senior at Roland-Story High School and plans to attend Iowa State University to major in fashion design and apparel merchandising in the fall. She's passionate about her future and loves to encourage others to find the joy in their potential careers. Her talk tonight is called Passion Fruit.
Scenario, you're a senior in high school, right? Or any kind of level in high school, and you're trying to figure out what you want to do for the rest of your life. This kind of sounds like Matthew's topic, doesn't it? And you are being pushed and prodded around trying to be told what you want to do for the rest of your life. Do you want to go to college? Do you want to have an internship? Do you want to just go out in the workforce, military? Like, you don't necessarily know. And you're only 18 years old, so how can you know? Like, you're expected to know at such a young age what you want to do for the next 50 years of your entire life. But I'm kind of being a hypocrite when saying this because I've known what I wanted to do since I was in 8th grade, which is be a fashion designer. I'm Lauren Hansen. I'm a senior at Roland-Story High School, and I'm here to talk about passion, work ethic, and what you want to do after high school. Not everyone is like this, though. There's a very small percentage of people out there in the world that know what they want to do at such a young age. There are plenty of 70-year-olds that still don't know what they want to do with the rest of their lives, so I'm going to guarantee it. And that just should be a motivator for everybody, that you don't need to know what you want to do for the rest of your life, even if some people do around you. And don't feel bad about it either. And let's say you don't want to go to college, or you don't know what you want to do with the rest of your life. That's completely okay. You can take time to think about it. You can take time to think about it's the rest of your life. So just think about that for a little bit. But if you are trying to think of what you want to do for the rest of your life, let's start from scratch. Let's say you have absolutely no idea what you want to do for the rest of your life. You have a few interests, you have a few things you do in school. Let's say you're in choir, let's say you're in art, maybe you're in a club, maybe you're in a sport. Take all of those interests that you like and put them all together and kind of see what you want to do. But you say, there's a lot of generic jobs out there that fit certain descriptions like engineer, architect, doctor, nurse. A lot of people want to be nurses. Some people in the arts like, I could be a sculptor, I could be like a graphic designer. Very generic jobs. But what if you want something really unique and creative and something that's probably never been done before? Let me introduce you to a little something called being an entrepreneur. So being an entrepreneur is where you create something completely new and unique. If you've ever seen Shark Tank, you know most people come with like a product, but you don't necessarily have to have a product to be an entrepreneur. You could have your own brand. You could have a certain idea out there in the world that's completely unique to you. And so what I want to do is be an entrepreneur one day in fashion design. My ideas was to combine all of my passions together into one simple thing. Well, it's not really simple. It's a lot of different things. But what I want to do one day is make performance art runway shows, which are combining my love for theater, videography, photography, fashion design, and anything in the arts, combining them all into one creative concert-like show to show to the public. That's what I want to do one day. But not everyone has to do something as complex as like performance art runway shows or coming up with their own brand of different thing. Let's say you wanted to do something a whole lot more simplistic. This is where I come in with the analogy I came up with calling the ball gown and the zipper. Sorry, I kind of have a lot of fashion design related analogies in this. But the ball gown and the zipper, you say you have a ball gown. It's kind of the stable piece of what everyone is seeing. But what about the zipper? Who made the zipper? Who made the buttons? Who made the trim? Who made everything else that goes into it? There's a lot of different little things that go into it. And that's another thing you could think about too. You have a big, broad spectrum of something that you like, break it down a little bit. Break down all the elements of it. Let's say you really did want to get into fashion. What kind of brand of fashion do you want to get into? Do you want to be a designer? Do you want to be a merchandiser? Do you want to be a technical designer, which is the more math and measurement side of it? Do you want to be the person who makes the buttons? Do you want to be the manufacturer for the zippers? Do you want to be the textile mill? Do you want to be the dyer? Do you want to be the fiber weaver? Do you want to be there's so many different little things that could come in every single job that you may be potentially interested in. And that's just not for fashion design, that's for every single topic that's out there. And what made me come up with my complicated idea was this really cool talk that I saw when I was in FCCLA Nationals this summer in Georgia. It was this speaker named Johnny Cupcake, and yes, that is his real name. But basically, he was a graphic designer, and he had these really cool shirts. It sounds pretty generic and simple, right? But what he did was he tweaked it a little bit and made it special and different. He used his last name, Cupcake, in a very unique way, since all of his friends made fun of him for it, and he made a t-shirt bakery. He made his t-shirt shop into a bakery, made it smell like a bakery, he made it look like a bakery. He made it look like a bakery so much that someone waited in line for 2 hours for a red velvet cupcake, and he got in there, found out it was a t-shirt store, complained about it on Twitter, he took a screenshot of it, and put it on a shirt and sold it. So really, you could do anything with your potential career. That's just one of the creative examples. That's how I came up with what I wanted to do as a career. But don't feel like you need to go to college for something special or do something super creative and out of the box to change the world. You don't even need to go to college. There's a lot of different opportunities out there where you don't even necessarily have to go to college. That's a completely understandable other option for you as well. So another thing you could do internships. You could go straight into a career field. You can go into the military, pays for your college, pays for a lot of different things. You could go into a whole bunch of spectrum of different things that don't even involve college, that you can do straight after high school. Or you can even start your own thing, and you don't even need college for that if you create your own job, right? But for anything that you do one day, just remember one thing. Passion fruit. It's this little equation I came up with. Take the passion that you have for something in your life, mix it with the fruit of your labors and your work ethic, because for anything you do, you need a stronger work ethic, because we live in a capitalist society, as you know. You combine those two things together, and you can do anything that you want with the rest of your life, and you will be successful at it.